Hey guys, welcome back to the second episode of Just Being Honest. I'm Diego.
I'm Jadiel.
And I'm Claudia.
And today we're going to be talking about relationships.
So we can start? Okay.
Yes, we can start.
So I think we should start with the ground rule of what is your relationship status currently. This is a touchy subject. Everyone's a little,
I'll start. Sure. I'm single.
How long?
Well...
Like, newly single, just been single? How long have you been single?
Well, it's complicated, but I've been single for like 3 years maybe.
Are you trying to get into a relationship?
I'm not looking for it, but if it comes...
If it finds you.
Yeah, if it finds me, and if it feels real, and if it feels genuine, then I'm open to it. But I'm not looking for it, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. I'm not really looking for anything right now.
The
last time
How long have you been single?
I don't know why you're making that face. I think like a year, maybe a year and a half, I think.
So that's recent.
I don't know. I have to check my memories. The Snapchat memories, they really be...
I think...
you know what I mean?
And you're like, whoa, what could have been?
So I think like a year and a half, maybe. Official relationship.
It's a year and a half, I think.
So you were in an official relationship a year and a half ago. How long was that relationship?
Oof. On and off. Maybe like 7 years I knew the person.
Are you serious? You had a 7-year on and off relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
I guess you can guess how
I thought I was toxic on this girl. You had a 7-year complicated ass thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys like...
What?
You guys are looking at me like you want my answer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're waiting.
I'm in a relationship. I'm happy in a relationship.
You are?
How long has that gone for?
Okay, here's the thing. That's always like a question that like I don't know. So this is a relationship with an ex. Do you count the time you were together before you break up, or do you just count the new one? Because I usually just say both.
Mm-hmm.
I think you counted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's part of the relationship.
If you count it, what's 8 plus 5? Hold up, chill. Because we were together for 8 months and then broke up for like 7 months and then have been together again for like 4 months.
So 8 plus 4.
Next question. 12? That's been a year.
It's been
like
a year.
I would say it's been like a year, but if you don't count the past, then just 4 months or 5 months. I think. I think it's just been 5 months. So a year or something. A year. Let's just say a year, so I sound cool. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. And did you guys keep the same date?
What do you mean same date?
From the beginning of the relationship?
Actually, no.
That's
See,
use a new one?
That's weird. So then I would start from the new one then.
Because here's the thing, like, I would say there's 3 dates. Like, there's 3 special dates. Not, like 3 dates that, like, I would choose from to say, like, our anniversary, I guess.
Ah, true. That must be confusing.
So, like, the first date, we, like, got together. And then, like, the second important date was, like, the first time we hung out again as exes. And, like, realized we had things for each other. I don't know if you count that, but we weren't officially dating. We were still, like, going to date. And then the official date, we started dating again. Those are the 3, like, anniversary dates I would count.
I don't know if that counts.
Why?
It's not official.
But, like, it is official because, like, we
I
like,
think it's official because, like...
I think the one that meant the most to me, I would go by the one that meant the most to me.
Exactly.
So
I would go for that one, too. It's the ones that connect.
The one that meant the most to me was when we hung out together again as exes for the first time, and we decided we both...
You guys connected again. You guys realized that you guys still liked each other.
Yeah. Like, that date means the most for me than the day we're officially... we are in a relationship, because that feels like... Yeah. It's obviously, like, also nice, to have some officiality to it, if that's the word. Officiality to it, but,
sounds
like...
Good.
It's not the, like... It's not the necessary... Like, it's about all the feelings. I care more about the feelings of it all.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, so you guys are not in relationships.
No.
Look serious. So, what do you look for in a relationship?
What do I look for in a relationship? Honestly, I was thinking about this before we started recording, just like setting everything up. I have like certain standards when I look for someone, but like I guess my standards are that someone has goals, that someone is nice to other people, and like we were talking about in other episodes, like seeing someone in an environment, in a social environment, is really important for me.
You want to be me so bad. I said that before.
Well, but I think it's really important too.
Yeah.
And that someone is confident and that they care about others. that's kind of it's basic stuff, but at the same time, I feel that when you actually meet someone, it changes a lot, and your priorities change a lot. So I have standards, but at the same time, I'm open to like discovering something new in someone, or like accepting someone for who they are, even if I don't think they're the perfect person.
Deep.
It's standards, but you also have to be open to new things, and not everyone is the same.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a cookie cutter what you want from a relationship, you'll never go anywhere and you'll never grow. So it's good to see like
if you have the cookie cutter, you're never gonna get over your last person.
Exactly. So. That too, and also like what was I gonna say? That if I believe that opposites attract.
You
so I feel
that?
Yeah, I 100%
believe
they
attract, but do they always work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I feel like it's just so much more. Because if you have like a cookie cutter of what you want, it's usually like sometimes you want to find yourself in other people.
Yeah.
You want to find someone that's similar to
True.
you. But I like to also look for looking for a relationship, something that's different than me that I would have never like experienced before. Because I just think it's all about the experience.
I haven't experienced that before, honestly.
Someone that's completely different than you?
I haven't experienced
that. That's why when you find something that's similar but different, it's like the best.
Yeah, but I look for if you had to pick more similarities or more differences. If you had to pick,
if I had to pick,
yes,
more similarities.
Really, I would pick more differences.
I think more differences, yeah, because we already have similarities.
Yeah, but like percentage wise, I think it should be like 60% different, 40% similar.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And that would be like the perfect ratio
because you don't want to get bored if you guys like the same things.
I would hate. That's like the number one thing. I would hate to have like all the same things because then you would have nothing to talk about, or like at least like some like a stupid example would be like I like the color red more than blue, like something to discuss about like here's why my side is right, like because I do like to share my opinions and like I don't want to say debate, but like it's fun to have little things like that. You didn't ask the question about what do you like in relationships? What do you look for in a relationship?
That's a good question. I guess it's like basic, but I guess personality, like how you said, Diego, like they have to have goals, you know. Like if I'm looking for like serious, you know, like goals.
When we say relationship, we're talking about something long.
Yeah.
It doesn't like not like flames.
Then for sure goal
oriented person.
Yeah, goal oriented. Yeah. They have to be good with their family. Like they have to have like a.
So you care about family values?
Yeah, like if you know that they like treat their mom well, you know, you ever heard about that? Like if they treat their mom well, or they're good with their family, that
they treat everyone well.
I guess so, or like you know that's how they're gonna treat your kids.
So if they had a bad relationship with their family, that would be.
So if they have a bad relationship with their mom, it means they have a bad relationship.
That's a good input. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's not always their fault.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it's like.
But maybe if they're just like a straight asshole to
their family, then that's bad. Yeah, I get what you're saying because I'm like if they have a bad relationship with their family not by choice, then that's like not effective to put in. Hello. But if they do it on purpose and they're just straight up rude, then that means they're rude to everybody. Yeah. Even rude to their own blood.
That's what you would see, like hanging out with their friends and stuff. Like you see the other side of them and all that.
So what I've said like a million times.
Yeah, basically.
That like what you need to look for in a person is how they interact with others.
Well, it was really woke, I think.
I'm just
we all
the blueprint.
We all took the blueprint.
Yeah. Just the blueprint. Y'all just got one of me so bad. But that's it. So goal-oriented, family values.
Yeah. And
you said kindness.
I said.
And then the thing about like similarities and differences, like I like that ratio. That's a good
60-40?
ratio. Yeah.
Okay. You want to beat me so bad. It's so embarrassing.
Your turn.
I think. Oh, I have to say mine?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Well, like I don't really like. What do I look for in a relationship?
Yeah.
It's mainly the differences thing. I don't. I would hope support is a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
because
one.
like I want to tie this into the next thing, but some more like talking about support, like someone that just can get me because I can be hard to read, and someone that can like. Someone that can deal with me. I literally just look for anybody who can deal with my shit. Because I know I'm a hard person to deal with and, like, I have my little things. So, like, I respect somebody. So, like, mainly about, like, respect, support, and how they interact with others. But I don't really care that much about goals.
Loyalty.
No. I don't really care about loyalty. I just heard it. I just heard it. Reaching for that was incredible. The imagine like loyalty. No, say it, Claudia. Loyalty. No, I don't really care about loyalty. If you want me to be honest,
how care about loyalty?
Do you think I don't care about loyalty?
I mean, yeah, I see it.
But in what do you mean you see it?
We'll get onto that later.
Okay, the reason I don't give a fuck about loyalty is because because I don't really care about myself. So when I say like okay, wait, don't look scared. If they are happier with another person, all I care is that if they're happy. So if they want to be with another person, then I don't care if it hurts me in the process.
Oh, so you're into open relationships?
No.
Huh.
I would just end things with me. If you want to be with somebody else, then literally go ahead.
I completely understand.
If you find happiness in another person that isn't me, then let's just end things.
Of course,
I'm holding you back.
No, I agree. I agree, but tell me first.
Yeah, or I don't care. Like if you went ahead and cheated on me and then came and be like, hey, I cheated on you, I'd be like, okay, then let's break up, and I hope that person makes you really happy. It's honestly you before me.
No.
I hope that you're okay, and I hope that you
for
don't
me,
get hurt. If I get hurt, I'll be fine.
For me, of course, I'm gonna be sad. Of course, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
Yeah, let's get another.
But you have to tell me first and be like, hey, I don't think this is working because I feel more connection with someone else. I'll be like, that's completely fine, but tell me before.
But communicate. First.
Yeah, communication is important in a relationship.
Communication
is because I forgot to say that.
That's in a relationship. Communication.
For sure.
Well, that's different from what you look in someone.
Yeah, that's
no, you can look for communication.
What do you look for in a relationship? You look for good communication.
Well, yeah, true.
But no, I mean, I guess I care. I would appreciate if they told me before, like, hey, like.
That's a sense of loyalty.
That's more like a sense of respect. If you respect me, come to me before you cheat on me.
So do you care about respect?
Yes, respect matters. I would like if you respectfully would be like, hey, I don't like you anymore, like respectfully.
Yeah, like hey, it's not working out.
It's not working out. This other person makes me happy, and I've been like talking to them, and I would be like, okay, I hope you have fun. I'm glad you didn't get hurt in the process. If it's anybody's gonna get hurt in this, I hope it's me. Very like cat euphoria vibes. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah, I remember that
like,
scene.
Where he's like, yeah, like
if someone's gonna get hurt,
I hope it's me. I'm gonna make sure it's me.
Oh, yeah, that's not me at all.
Really?
I mean, of course the hurt part is gonna happen regardless when someone cheats, but you have to be respectful about it, or like tell me about it, or let's talk about it if you don't like me anymore, or like you don't feel it's working. But don't cheat on me, like.
Don't cheat on me. Come on.
Better than that. Come on.
But do you care if the other person gets hurt?
Yeah.
Of course.
But do you care more about yourself?
Yes.
Oh, really? I'm the opposite.
Like
that's a like a dependent question, you know. It depends.
It depends
on what?
The person.
Wait, look, the person.
Yeah, and like how long you've been in the relationship, you know.
I wouldn't care. Because like it just depends.
I care about both.
Honestly. I care about other people more. Like I care more. About
I think
it
has to be a balance, honestly.
Yeah.
It has to be a balance because of course you give yourself to someone else, but you give yourself to someone else to the point where you lose yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that.
Like
well, I think. Yes, you're giving too much. You feel that you're being dependent on them, whatever. So like.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be dependent on the person. It's more like, it's not. I just care about the person a lot. I think it's more about care, not dependency. Like I'm dependent on the person to make me feel whole or give me a personality. But I'm more just like I care about the person and I want them to be okay. And like if I the thing is like. I'm always like, I don't know what the other person is going through, so I know that whatever hurt is going to happen in the relationship. No. Let me finish. That I know that whatever hurt I go through, I'm going to get through it. But I don't know if they're going to get so hurt to the point where they do something stupid, where they'll be in this sadness that they'll never escape. And I know that I can make it out of it because I've been through it before. So like. I don't want them to go through what I've had to go through. Yeah. So I might as well just put it on me because I'm used to it.
And you're built different.
I'm literally so breed different. You were saying you were stopping me?
I forgot.
But yeah, I just the only reason I wouldn't not hurt them because I depend on them. I wouldn't not hurt them because I can handle it, and I don't know if they can. I'm a bad bitch to lose. Like it's gonna fucking hurt.
I get it. I think everybody has that like. You know, unless they completely, like, messed you over, you know? That, like, there has to be a good reason for you not to care about them. You know what I mean? And to just drop them.
There has to be a really good reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the thing is, I'm also so used to just blaming myself. Like, it's about also like the blame of it. I'll be like, if they cheated on me, I'll be like, oh, it's probably something I did. They cheated on me because I did something, instead of they're just a bad person.
That's not a really good way to think.
Yeah, I know.
That's some childhood trauma.
You're not okay.
I used to think like that too. Like, oh, the reason this happened is because of me. Like, I did something, or I wasn't good enough, or like whatever. I swear that was.
Are you laughing?
Yeah,
I never felt like that before. I don't know. I just never felt
really?
like that before.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never blamed yourself for something?
Oh yeah, all the time. But like, I never always thought it was like for like serious shit like that. Like, you know, sometimes
you have never felt like, oh, I wasn't good enough.
Like, if
or
someone
like,
cheated on you, or someone wanted to break up with on you, break up
or
with
like
you,
someone wanted to be with you, like, oh, I wasn't good enough.
You wouldn't think it was your fault.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
those are different though. I think.
What?
In what sense?
The one that you just said, like, whereas like if somebody didn't want to be with you, you're like, oh dang, I'm not good enough. You know, that's normal. You know. But then the one where it's like I got cheated on, usually I would be like, yeah, I guess. But I don't think I don't usually think like that.
So someone has cheated on you before?
No.
Oh.
Really?
To my knowledge. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I would just blame myself, and that's also a problem. Like, I would just be like, oh no, they did that, or they left me because I'm a bad person, or like, I am not good enough.
Okay.
I used to think like that, but then there's a certain point where I just stopped caring in that sense.
And that's why...
About
what?
About like when things don't work out. Yeah, when things don't work out, like, I stop blaming myself. Like, of course, I'm gonna give it my best, but if it doesn't work out, I'm not gonna like cry about it. Yeah. Because like I gave my best, so like what's the point?
You're just burning energy.
Exactly, like it's up to them.
Yeah, don't try and control things you can't control.
Yeah. It's about the things that you can. That's so true. Like, about the things that you have in your grasp. Wow, you're so smart. You are literally feeling yourself up right now. But I wanted to tie that into love languages, because the main thing about like me not saying that I'm good enough and stuff, and that like I just deserve to be hurt is back to the main, like, the topic of love languages, that I need words of endearment. That's one of them. There's 5. And words of endearment mean a lot to me, because it's just reassurance that I am good enough, and that you want to be with me, and that you do love me, and you do care about me, and I don't have to blame myself for everything. So you think you need that? Yes. And that's why I also look for in a relationship, and what is my main love language.
Can you tell me the how do you call it?
The love languages?
Yes, because I know mine, but you have to tell me.
Okay, so there's words of endearment, which is mine, which is like the constant reassurance of just like, well, like, I don't want to like say this, but I'm a writer. So obviously words mean a lot to me. And so I need the constant of being like, I love you, I care about you, and please know it's not your fault. Yeah. And then there's physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service. Do you understand?
Yes, and I remember that mine is quality time.
Quality time. Do you like quality time? Just entails like, you know, having just, but it's not just like you and other people time. It's alone time. I would change quality time to I would consider.
That's what it is though. Quality time. It's referring to alone time with you and your partner.
Well, I consider quality time being with other people too.
Well, I mean, just those people, right? Or like you mean like a group? But we're talking about relationships though.
Yeah.
Well, true. Yeah.
But acts of service. I feel like that's like not. That's very like rare.
What's yours?
Mine is also quality time.
What's your second?
Second, I think it's physical touch.
Mine's physical touch second.
I don't remember where my second one is.
Mine is probably physical touch or words of affirmation or acts of service. I don't know.
That's like 3. That's like 3. We asked you your second. You gave us 3.
It's definitely not gift receiving, but I do like gift receiving.
Receiving gifts.
It's
no,
that's not
that. That one is not important for me.
I'm so bad.
But it is for some people though.
Yeah. I think
for a lot of people.
My first one is quality time. My first one is quality time. My second one is acts of service, and then my third one is physical touch.
Acts of service?
Yeah.
Why? Why does that matter to you?
Like, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I think
acts of service is like doing like little things that no one would think of to do for you.
Yeah. How's that not sweet?
Yeah.
That is sweet.
I think that's so sweet. I think that's so sweet.
That is sweet, but I would just prefer you just say things to me.
No.
Instead of do things for me, because we're
different people.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm also like a hella like independentist.
For me, our actions are more important than words.
Oh, really? I think you're dead wrong.
I know.
Words speak louder.
That's true. Definitely not.
What?
Definitely not. Because they could just lie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would rather you lie to me.
What?
Oh my.
This is literally lie to me. It's fine.
Yeah.
No. I don't like. I think that when someone does something for you, it's genuine. Mm-hmm. People can say whatever they want.
Not true.
But you can also do things carelessly.
Or you can do shit for something.
But I think talking is less genuine. Like, if you compare both.
I think it's all something. It all ties together, I think.
No.
But, what were you saying? Why do you like people lying to you?
No. I'm just saying.
Why do you like people lying to you?
I'd rather you just lie to me than do something without thinking about it. Because, like...
Do something without thinking about it.
Okay, an act of service, like, what could be an example? Like, I don't know, going to go pick something up for me that I had to go pick up. That's an act of service, and that's a little nice thing.
Or like getting you like your favorite candy.
Yeah. But that's receiving gifts, though. That's giving a gift.
Okay, I guess so.
Act of service is more doing something that I wouldn't want to do. That's what I consider an act of service.
Look, act of service. I'm like thinking, I'm thinking you and Eli, and I'm thinking like, oh, like no, like in the sense that okay, it's.
Diego, come back.
You and your partner.
Thank you.
And we're gonna do that project tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And he knows you're gonna be tired. And then he gets you something, and he's like, hey, I brought you this because I knew you were gonna be tired, whatever.
She's gonna say it's gift receiving.
That's receiving gifts. How is that not receiving a gift? That's giving you a gift and thinking about you. I'm thinking more act of service like, oh, I have to go to go to the mailbox. If you go and I didn't ask you to do that, that's an act of service. Like, that's you doing something without me asking you to do it. Like, if let's say you live together, you wash dishes and I didn't ask you to wash the dishes, that's an act of service.
Yeah, walking the dog.
You walk the dog, you wash the dishes, little things like that. And
when
that...
you're living together, that's probably gonna matter.
Yeah, that matters more. But they can also... You don't have to live together, but...
Yeah.
The lying thing.
The lying thing.
Back to, like... no, I just... The thing is, like... I think words speak louder than actions because... I'd rather you just lie to me because I'd rather you not do something that you didn't even think about it. Like, let's say you did the dishes and I didn't ask you to do them. You just did that without, like... If you didn't think in my mind, I'm gonna do the dishes without them asking me because, I know they'll care. Like, I don't think that happens in the person's brain. I think they just, like, I'm just doing the dishes because the dishes need to be cleaned. So that has no meaning behind it. But if you're saying words to me, and even if you're lying to me, being like, I care about you, and even if it's a lie, that at least you know that will mean something to me.
I get it, but...
It's still not good.
Like, you can do the dishes, and then what if he just combines it with the words?
No.
What do you mean no? He's saying, hey, I'm doing the dishes for you. Boom, he does the dishes.
Amazing.
Or he does the dishes, you're wondering, oh, he just did the dishes, but then after he's like, oh yeah, I did them because I knew you were tired.
But like that's not their conscious. Because their conscious, because their conscious would be, I'm doing the dishes because the dishes are dirty. They're not thinking, I'm doing the dishes because I know Claudia's gonna go home and she's gonna be tired.
I just told you that's how it was.
No, that's not. That's an afterthought though. I want your initial thought to be is because I cared about you.
It was
so
his initial
it's
thought.
being like, oh, I'm lying to you and telling you that I love you even if I don't because I know it'll mean something to you and I know you'll care about it. At least that's in your conscious, even if it's like a lie, sure. But at least you consciously know that will mean something to me.
Do
not say that.
For me, just the act of doing that means more than them being like, oh, I care about you, that's why I'm doing this. That's just me. I don't know.
I think you're wrong, to be quite honest.
Well, we're different people. That's...
Well, clearly. But I would say mine are words of affirmation, physical touch, and quality time. Because, like, I guess, like... Physical touch does matter in a sense because it's just, again, it's all about, for me, it's all about
I agree. That's my third one, so.
I think it's all about the, what's it called? What the fuck is it called? The reaffirmation. Like, telling you, like, being like, just to make sure I haven't lost feelings for you, I still fucking like you.
Yeah.
It's just about that. And physical touch, the communication of it all. And a physical touch is a way of displaying that.
Yeah.
It's a way of being like, hey.
Non-verbal way.
You're still cool. We're still cool.
We're still cool. We're chilling, alright?
We're literally vibing.
Yeah. I guess mine are, my first one would be physical touch.
Your first one is physical touch?
My fault. Quality time. My first one would be quality time.
Why do you guys care about quality time? I feel like that would be my third or fourth.
Just because, like, having like a full-time job and everything.
Flex.
I'm gonna need time. Like I'm gonna need time with my partner and everything, and like go on a vacation or whatever. Just us two.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Like you just need a getaway sometimes, you know, just to get away from everything. Literally get away in the
just yourself.
And then my second is physical touch, and then third would be words of affirmation.
Really, you don't care about that?
I do care about that.
Well, third is like pretty last.
No, last is receiving gifts. That's last.
I think that's everyone's last. I'm sorry, but if your first one is, if your first or second is receiving gifts, you're a little, you know.
People who have it for sure.
Well,
I know people who are like that.
Really, that's not good to me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's who they are.
That's materialistic.
Yeah.
Well, but
not to like joke you.
No, that's what it is. There's a lot of materialistic people.
And that's not good. Do you think that's okay?
I don't think so.
I'm just looking for
those are the type of people.
Opinion.
Those are the type of people when you get in an argument in a relationship.
Sorry.
You're good. When you get in an argument in a relationship, it's like if it's a toxic relationship, instead of like pushing them or hitting them, you grab their freaking like whatever they like the most. Like if it's their lipstick, and you break it. They're like,
what?
Because they're materialistic.
Oh.
So they're like, oh my god, no, that's like my life. That's my baby. You know what I mean? Or like smashing somebody's cars. Like if it was a guy destroying their shoes. Destroying their shoes. People who are materialistic, that's what they care about. So that's what they're going to attack because they know.
Oh, that's
interesting.
So it's all about revenge. Okay, let's talk about the afterwards. But what do you think is the key thing in a relationship for it to thrive?
Communication first.
Do not say first.
That's for me. That's the first thing. Communication.
I think in a relationship, the key thing you need to thrive. That's a great question. I have no idea. The key thing, sure, communication. But, like, I can't really... That'd be kind of hypocritical for me to say because I'm not great with communication because I keep a lot to myself. Mm-hmm. So that I don't want to say communication, but, like...
Why do you keep a lot to yourself?
Listen. I just think I keep a lot to myself because I don't think anybody needs to hear it. It's just about the... Like,
not even your partner?
No. I just think, like, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, who cares? I just focus more on them. Mm-hmm. It's, again, about the you before me thing.
But what if he's giving you, words of affirmation saying he does care, so tell me.
Yeah.
Then you would say something?
But the back of my head would be like, oh, he's just saying that.
But that's what you want. That's what you want. You said that.
Yeah, but, like, I would just want to hear it, but I don't want to actually retire. Because also, I don't want to dump my issues on another person. I also feel bad about the whole, like, I don't want to dump my problems on you. That's like, I don't want to make my problems your problems. Yeah. And I don't want to dump all this heavy trauma shit onto you.
But sometimes that's what a relationship is also for support,
Yeah. That's also... I'm just, like, mentally ill. Like, like that's trauma. Just doesn't click in my head. Yeah. That's obviously... there is the conscious part of me like, oh, yeah, that's, like, the whole point. Relationships are supposed to make me feel better about myself.
Accept you for who you are, even.
Accept me for who I am and, like, and support me with even if I'm fucked up. Mm-hmm. But there's a bigger part of my head that's obviously the little voice in my head being like, nobody loves you. Mm-hmm. It's that. It's the getting over that bridge. And obviously, I'm not super, like, walled up. I obviously do share things to my partner, but I am more secluded than I would like to be.
Yeah.
So, key thing in the relationship, besides communication, would also be honesty.
Yeah, loyalty.
No,
I think a big one for sure is, like, learning, like knowing how and, like, when to fight and, like, during an argument.
What?
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a key thing in a relationship?
I think so, yeah. Like... Because, like, you're lying if you're saying that you have a relationship that you don't have.
No, fights are healthy.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like a little, like, stepping learning stool to grow in a relationship. So,
yeah.
Like, if you grow from a fight, you become stronger.
Mm-hmm. And if you learn, like, oh, now these things are not, like, okay.
But when it's too frequent...
then that's a problem because there's no growing. It's just a repetition of, like, walls clashing together.
Do you guys think space is part of it?
No.
Like,
yeah.
I think it is. Like, knowing when your partner needs space. Mm-hmm. I think that, for me, that's important.
I'm so embarrassed right now.
Why?
Because I hate space.
Mm-mm.
I can't do space. Yeah. But, like, I'm not, like talk to me 24/7.
No, I like clingy.
I know people who are like that.
Yeah. I'm not, like, talk to me 24/7 and, like, you can't hang out without me, but...
She knows who she is.
But I'm more like I can't do with space because
why?
Would you say it like that?
Because I just want to know why.
Why I can't do with space? Why I can't do with space is not clingy, more just like I don't.
Yeah, those are two different.
I don't want to waste my time. I think because the thing is, then I'll get used to you not being around. Finally got the words out. Sense, yeah. with space, I'll start getting used to you not being there, and at one point, what if I don't want you there? Or what if more the opposite way? If we have space, what if you realize like I don't need to wake up to you every morning, think that's and I'll wake up fine.
That's just how you think, man.
I'm worried that my partner will wake up one morning, not see me a text from me, or not see me on his call list and be like, I don't need to call her, I don't need to text her because I've woken up fine.
You see, that's the thing.
I woke up the same way I woke up. I didn't wake up with anticipation of Claudia being there.
But you understand that that's not healthy, right?
Why?
Yeah, that's like toxic, kind of.
Why?
Yeah.
In a way.
Why?
Yeah, because when you're not with someone and you're thinking like that, you're putting like yourself second in the sense that like you don't know how to be alone, or like
I do know how to be alone.
And you don't know you're not giving the like your partner the confidence of like how do they feel when they're alone. You know what I mean? Like you're like you're doubting yourself, like, oh, they're alone, so what's gonna happen? Is he gonna lose feelings for me? Whatever. You're like you don't have confidence in your partner.
Not confidence in my partner. I don't have confidence in myself.
You're kind of reflecting like a mirror type thing. Really. You're saying like if it's me, like what if I'm not gonna want him anymore, but really it's what if he doesn't want you anymore.
Yeah, that is true, but it's not about I have confidence in him. I don't have confidence in myself that I'm good enough for you to still want me if we had space.
There's the good enough thing.
That's the good enough thing. Like I'm like if we have this space, you're gonna get used to not being me around, and you're gonna realize there are so many other people better than her out there, and I woke up to this person better, or I just woke up by myself better because she didn't change anything in my life.
That kind of ties along with trust also. Like you should be able to trust that he's not gonna go and do all those things, and that comes with loyalty. If you believed in loyalty, maybe all that would.
It's
go
all
away.
tied up.
It's all one big thing.
It really is. But like that kind of reminded me of like relationships nowadays. Like they're really almost over nowadays. They're usually always almost over like the phone. Like at least maybe 70% of a relationship is over the phone, like calling them. Like now you can't.
Especially now.
Now you can't really miss anybody. Does that make sense? Like if you miss somebody, you pick up the phone and you text them right there, and then there you are. But like
there's kind of no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no exactly. So what is the need for space?
That's how relationships end faster.
Why do you need space from me?
You need space because you need yourself sometimes.
Yeah, you need to be on your own. Like you know how they say a relationship should be 50-50?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be 100%. I think if you are happy,
so cliche.
Like oh, she makes me happy. She makes me so happy. That's not how it should be. You should make your own self happy. She should make her own self happy. And then you guys can both be happy together. Yeah. And then thrive.
No, and it's normal that someone else makes you feel happy. But understand that when you're alone, you can also be happy by yourself.
Yes,
when you're leeching off of the happiness, when you need that, like when you're like, oh my god, no, I need him because he makes me happy.
No, I never said that. I don't need that. Don't get it wrong. I don't need no man. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Because if it got to a point where I would say I would need you, I would break up with you. If I got to a point where I'd be like, my happiness is dependent on you. Well, I can't wake up without you.
A lot of people are like that. A lot of people.
Then break up. Then break up. Then literally break up. That's so fucked up. That's not good. It's more just like I just. Care.
And you know, and that's kind of bad in a way. Like I'm not saying it's like you, but imagine how the partner would feel in that sense. Like when he sees that, like, oh my god, like she needs me, like blah,
that must be such a exactly.
That must be like imagine
the
like,
reason I'm not like that because do you imagine how much weight you must have to carry? That's exhausting. I would feel so bad.
Exactly. Like you're like I can't do anything now. Like what if I want to leave and do something? Like I can't because. What are they gonna do? Like how you said, you feel trapped.
It's like Stockholm syndrome, and you feel like this. You're carrying like 1,000 bricks. All the pressure's on your shoulders and on your back. Like you can feel it. That would be terrible. I would never do that to somebody.
And you care about the person though. Like, exactly. So like, what are you gonna do? You know.
I don't want space, but I also don't want you to think I'm dependent on you. See, it's like a little balance of everything. Yeah. It's all about the balance, and that. Can create tension in a relationship, and that can be bad, but there are ways to deal with that. So how do you deal with tension or bumps in the relationship?
I would say, like, back to like the technology thing, don't argue over the phone.
Oh yes.
Like
I would say never go to bed angry.
I mean, that's debatable because, you know, some people in a relationship, some people, they can hash it out right then and now, you know? But some people, they need time to, like, reflect and think about what they want to say.
Really?
Do you know what I mean?
That would be so scary.
Or, like,
and then that's why you need to know. Because for you, right, you would think that, are you the type that I need to do it right now? Like, we need to talk right now.
I'm like, we need to squash this because I don't want to go to bed angry and then wake up and have these resentful feelings.
Exactly. And then I bet you think, like, if they're the type that wants to think and reflect, you're probably thinking, like, oh, they don't care. They don't care about this relationship, but they just want to go to sleep. But, like, really, in their mind, they're thinking, like, oh, my gosh, like, this is intimidating. She just wants to come at me right now. But really, I just need to come and reflect on these thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, you need to think on both sides.
And in my case, I'm an emotional person in the sense that, like, sometimes something happens and I have, like, all these thoughts about what I want to say, and sometimes they're not right, or, like, sometimes they're too much. Sometimes I go to sleep and then I wake up and I'm like, wait, yesterday I was, like, all fired up. I just had to go to bed, think about it, and now I can talk better with someone. It doesn't mean that I didn't communicate. I just needed my time to think about what I was going to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Different people.
Yeah.
For sure, be a good listener, you know?
Yeah.
Like, everybody comes from different backgrounds, like two different sets of parents, whole different families, maybe even from different countries, you know? Like, in a relationship. So, like, these are two different perspectives coming. Yeah, these are two different... Like, whatever maybe his father was doing, he knows as right or wrong, and then he sees it in the relationship. He's like, to him, that could be right or wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
people think different.
Do you think you implement things that you learn from your parents or from what you've seen and from your backgrounds and stuff into your relationships and how you deal with rocky stuff in your relationships?
Yeah, of course. Like trauma, for example.
Yeah, trauma builds character. Bullying works. Yeah, no, I'm not advocating bullying. I'm just saying, like, trauma really does build character, and it can bring out, sure, your bad side, but it can also, like, make you such a much better person. You can grow so much from it. Of course, yeah. Stronger, that's the main thing. But how you deal with bumps in a relationship, great question.
Communication.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be more than that.
Then be open to their views. Like, try and see, like, why they're acting like that, and see how you're acting.
Don't
let your emotions
if you're doubting what we're saying, then what's your way of dealing with that?
The thing is, like, I'm trying to reflect on, like, past things and, like, try to, like, actually, like, think of, like, real life scenarios that has happened to me and I've had to deal with it. The thing is, like, I feel like everyone should have a creative outlet to let yourself go. Like, the main thing is that if you're having a fight in a relationship, or you're having doubts, or some thoughts are bearing, you have a creative way to let it out. Like when I'm feeling down about a relationship or something, I'll write about it, and it'll let myself be good, like, feel better, and come back to the relationship and be like, no, we're all good. So,
I also write, yeah.
So, the main thing is, if you're having a bump in a relationship, you should have an outlet besides the relationship to be able to, like, I think it's fine to be able to, like, rant to your friends about it. Like, rant to your best friend about it. Not, like, another...
We can't say, like, oh, like, no one... Like, that's not good. Like, everyone does that.
Everyone does it. If you're saying, like...
Does what?
Like...
Go to another person to talk about your relationship.
Yeah. Do you think it's toxic if in the relationship they don't want you to go to your friends and be like... And talk to them and be like...
Yeah, that's toxic.
Well, there are limits. Like, there are certain things in the relationship that you respect about someone else and you don't talk about. Yeah.
Like, don't tell your friends about my trauma and all these, like,
yeah, exactly.
Things. But if you want to go tell your friends, like...
Oh, we got in a fight because of this and this and this,
like,
whatever.
What should I do?
Yeah,
advice?
That's normal. Like, that's
fine.
That's what our friends are for.
Yeah, like...
And if they got mad about it, yeah, I think that's toxic. But that's me. Maybe some people will say, like, oh, like, no, like, everything you do with your partner, you have to talk about it with your partner.
Keep it in the relationship. And I see both sides of that.
I see both sides, yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of agree with the sense, like, you shouldn't go ranting to other people about me, you should come to me about it, but, like, that'd also be 100% hypocritical because I do go to my friends about it.
Yeah, me too.
And maybe not, like, go to my friends for advice, but more just, like, girl, you won't believe what just happened. Like, he called me a bitch or some shit. Like, it's like tea. It's like, I'm gonna tell my friends all the tea.
What do you think about name calling and stuff, and like that kind of type of negativity in a relationship?
Name calling?
Like how you said he called me a bitch, that type of shit.
No, I mean, like, if it's in a joking way. Like, I just said, like, as a joke, what if he called me a bitch?
I'm saying, like, in an actual relationship, though.
Like, if he was being serious? Or joking?
They just talk like that, I guess. Yeah, maybe being serious, maybe not. Sometimes.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, I would need an example.
Yeah.
For example, let's say... Like, whenever they do, like, little stuff and it's, like, and it annoys the other person, you're like, oh, you're so stupid. Like, you're such a dumbass.
If you're being serious, I'd be pissed.
You can say it as a joke, but then when you constantly repeat it, I think you're implying something. or like you're
implying something. Like, yeah, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. I think you're implying it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not implied. It's literally telling you.
Yeah.
But no, since my love language is words of affirmation, that shit would hurt. Like, if you're being serious, like, if you're like, you're so stupid. Oh, a little dummy. Sure, haha, funny. But, like, my love language is words of affirmation. So if you're literally, like, being like, you're an idiot, I'd be like,
so stupid.
I would literally sob. I would cry right then and there. I'd write about it.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry, but I can't.
You would write about it, but you would also tell them, like, hey, like, what you're saying, like, I don't know if you mean it or not.
I think,
like,
I wouldn't be upfront about it, but I would feel like you could tell by my facial expressions. Like, if I'm clearly, like,
but you're assuming that someone else know what you're feeling. Of course,
simply read my mind. It's not that hard.
That's toxic.
I'm kidding. I mean, if they did it, like, once and they couldn't get it and they kept doing it after, like, the third or fourth time, I'd be like, hey, I don't appreciate it when you call me stupid in a serious way. Sure, call me like a little dummy, haha, funny. But if you're being serious and you're calling me dumb over a mistake I made, like, maybe there's maybe if I actually did something dumb, sure, like, I don't know. But if I just did like a little mistake, like I don't know, I dropped my phone and you're like, you're a fucking idiot, I'm gonna be like, shut the fuck up, I just dropped my phone.
Yeah. That's like, they got something pent up inside for sure.
I would just be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, you're calling me all these, you're calling me all this shit. There's clearly something that you're keeping internalized inside that you need to work through, and like, you go figure that out. And
what do you feel about like people broadcasting their relationships?
Oh, I hate that. I hate it.
Do you think that's like?
I think it's childish. I think it's childish.
No, I think it's normal, but at the same time, to a certain extent.
Like early on the relationship.
Yeah, early on the relationship.
No.
Well, that's me. I don't like that.
Maybe like a year.
Yeah, in like a year, and like keep it limited.
Yeah, like let's not start like a fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like no, like those like family YouTube channels. I think those couple YouTube channels. Like,
I think people that like
stupid.
literally only have on their Instagram like just their partner. I think they're trying to like show something or like,
I think they're trying to convince themselves of something. I always think, like, when I see, like, those YouTubers, like, being, like, pranked my girlfriend, pranked my boyfriend, I feel like you're trying to convince yourself of something. Like, you're trying to convince yourself to stay with this person. Mm-hmm. And now it's become more of monetary, whatever the fuck you say the word, gain, and, like, just convincing the world. Not only you're convincing the world, like, look how happy I am, look how, like, you should feel so bad about your relationship, because look how great mine is. But, like, you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
That's true. When do you think it's like a good point to break up in a relationship? Like, when do you think it's necessary to break up in a relationship?
Like, what would cause me to break up with you?
I guess so.
In a relationship, like, what would be like? I mean, if you cheated on me. I guess.
Speaking on that.
No, I'm gonna say something.
Speaking on that.
That's really gross.
So, like, you've been cheated on, right?
Yeah, you've been ghosted, right?
But I just want to know from your perspective, because that's never happened to me.
Can the audience feel the pent-up?
What was like your thought process during that?
My thought process. I feel like I'm being interviewed. My thought process was, what did I do wrong? Like, why did you have to go? Why did you have to go to another person to give you something I couldn't? What did she have that I didn't? Yeah. It was more just like she must have had something. Did you love her? Did you not love me? Mm-hmm. It was more just questioning what the relationship ever was. Like, did it ever mean anything? And like, why wasn't I good enough? What could I have done better? The main thing was, what did she have that I didn't? What did she give you that I couldn't? Mm-hmm. And how could I have changed that? If I had just given it to you, if you had just told me that you wanted it, I would have given it to you.
Communication. No, for real. Damn. What did he say?
Nothing. He's just like, oh, sorry. My bad. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. It's very, very nice. But
like,
it's
damn,
just...
dog, we're going to be friends though.
I'll see you in a couple months.
And then you decided to get back with him, right? Because I always talk because I always
you're the most annoying person on the planet. Did you know that?
Because people are always like, when they talk about cheating and say, they're like, oh yeah, I'm never going back. I ain't never going back to that dude.
Did you get to a point where you were like, I'm never gonna get with him, or you always knew in your head that like there was a possibility of like?
I always knew I still loved him. I still had love. The love never went away.
Tragic.
Tragic.
I'm kidding.
I think you told me you had to get over him, which is
I was
faking it till you make it, which is completely normal.
No, I was lying to myself. It's fake it till you make it. I was lying to myself. I was trying to convince myself because I wanted.
I have done that too.
I wanted to be better than the person I said I was.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be like, I don't need him. Like the love isn't gone, but I don't need him, and I still don't. I don't need no man, but I still had feelings for him. Like the feelings never gone because I still didn't fully like admit that it wasn't my fault. Like until we got back together, I still told myself it was all my fault, even after I was told it wasn't.
Even now?
Yeah. There's sometimes moments where I still doubt myself, I'm not gonna lie. This is just being honest.
And then does he affirm that with words?
Yes. And I appreciate that, but there's the voices in my head will be stronger than like any other person. Like it will always be like this up here before what you can tell me, because you can tell me all day long, but the little voice in my head will be 1,000,000 times louder.
You should meditate.
Thank you. I just never thought about that. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're asking me all these questions. I have a question for you. So you've been ghosted. I've never been ghosted.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Same.
How does that
You've
feel?
never been ghosted?
Nope.
How does it feel?
Usually the one that goes.
I'm usually the person that ghosts.
I guess it's the same type of feeling like how you were like, oh yeah, I wonder what I did wrong type thing. You know what I mean? Because like when it's out of nowhere, that's like, you know, it's like, yeah. What
was it out of nowhere?
Wrong? Yeah, basically it was.
Wow, she just was like out of nowhere.
My definition of ghosting is like no communication. You know?
Yeah.
And
that is
ignoring.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ghosting is ignoring.
Like, it's not like saying I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
That's
like
not ghosting.
No, that's just ending and being like, hey, I no longer want to move out. That's not ghosting. Ghosting is literally just ending out of nowhere.
I'd rather have somebody be like, yo, I'm sorry, bro, like you're fucking dumb. I don't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's more respectful.
Like, deuces. Like,
yeah, that's way more respectful. I'd 100% appreciate if someone was just like, yeah, I no longer want to move on with this. I don't have feelings for you. But ghosting is fucked up. How did you feel? Okay, that's never happened to me.
I just told you, like, I just felt like pretty down, I guess. But
did you feel like you were not good enough?
For a minute, but then after that, I was just like, nah, like I got over it after a while. Like it was just like that like a little quick like a little quick 1-2.
So what was your conclusion?
What do you mean? What was my conclusion?
Of like, how were you like, okay, like how did you feel better about it?
I guess I honestly meditated, I think. And I didn't really go to anybody for closure and nothing like that. You know what I mean? I didn't really like try and go and find an outlet to let it out. You know how some people like go to drugs and shit and drink to like get over things.
Yeah.
I don't think I really did any of that. I think it kind of just like feeling just went away.
Yeah.
Like you care about it for sure, because you know you care about the person. If you care about the person, that shit hurts more. Like shit, like a person you care about right now. Like imagine my mom just stopped talking to me. Like, she just left. Like that hurts.
I mean.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait!
I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
So you have been ghosted technically. Get out of here. But yeah, no, yeah, that sucks. You know.
Did you start talking to the person again?
Yeah.
And like, did you make the first move again?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
How did it feel? How did it feel?
No. I don't think I did. I think so what happened was I deleted Instagram for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then she had sent me a meme or like a video or something during the period that I was being ghosted or whatever, and then I saw it and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And like, don't text me a week, but send me a meme. and then I think I just liked it, and then I think I swiped up on a story, or she swiped up on mine. I really don't remember. And then she just started talking to me again.
And how did it feel like when she came back?
I was just like, this is weird. Like, why are you talking to me again? Like, I thought I did something, you know? But then we obviously talked about it again. And then she was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. So you talked about the ghosting?
Yeah, we talked about
wow,
everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would just literally just ignore it. If I was ghosted, I just wouldn't talk about that you ghosted me. I would just be like, let's move on from that.
No, I don't care. I needed to know. I can't.
You can't live with that?
Yeah, I'm like that. Like
I would let it consume me.
Like,
it's
just,
fine.
No, just like, yeah, you see, just like how you said that you can't go to sleep angry. It's the same thing. Like I like to hash things out. I like to let things be known.
Wow, you're normal people. That's crazy. I mean,
communication is key. What do you think about? Do we have time?
Yeah. Let's just talk about how do you deal with heartbreak.
All right. Well, I kind of just told you.
Well, that's ghosting, but like, what if like someone like, let's say like year-long relationship, two year-long relationship, it was fucking devastating, and it just ended. No, let's not say something morbid like cheating. It ended just because things just didn't work out. How would you deal? How would you grow? How would you learn? What would you learn?
Time. Cry. You cry.
Crying helps. Yeah.
I didn't cry about it, honestly.
Really?
No, I just went back to doing things that I felt that like would fulfill me alone. I'm not talking about like drugs or anything. I'm talking about like things that I think
to fill the void. Was it a void?
No, it's not so a void. No, I'm talking about like for me it's like filmmaking and like writing and
like your passions.
Yeah, like even spending time with my friends, going back to the things that made me happy without that person.
Why did you go away from those?
What?
You shouldn't go away from your passion when you go out with somebody.
Well, sadly,
that should be a red flag.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, sadly, I strayed away from like a lot of things that like made me happy just to be with that person.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
It wasn't healthy, but I wasn't even realizing it. Especially because no one was telling me. No one was like, "Oh, like, don't you think like you're acting different or like you're stop doing things?"
You were changing yourself for somebody.
Yeah, I was definitely, and but the problem is that I didn't even realize that. I realized it like once it kind of ended. Yeah, not to explain, but
it really be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
How are you?
I kind of said it like just. I think you know how people say, you know how some people when they just get out of a relationship they don't want to go out and they're like they don't want to go talk to new people and things. I think that's necessary. You need to go talk to people and go.
You have to get under someone else to get over someone.
No. I'm talking in the relationship.
Yeah, like going into a party, like not in the relationship, but when you get
you're about after
broken up.
Yeah, after you break out.
After you guys break out.
Break out. When you break out of the relationship.
You're talking about like some people like to be alone after they.
Yeah. I don't think that's.
I think
they need that for a little bit, after you cry for one night.
Yeah,
then you're good.
Not even one night. Maybe a little more.
You don't need to cry that much, man. Like,
not cry. I'm not talking about crying. I'm talking about yourself.
You're just in your own thoughts, trapped in your brain, man.
Okay, but you need it for a while. I think that's necessary, and that should take you as long as you want.
A 2-year relationship, you'd only cry for a night? I would cry for like 2 months.
Okay, but you just gotta realize like what's next. Like you're wasting time.
Well, but
but you also need to reflect and learn.
Yeah. You reflect and learn. That's during the break.
So you'd cry for a day and then go try to get under somebody else?
No, definitely not. That's why I'm saying time. You need time.
But what are you talking about? You need to go.
I don't think you should be crying for a week.
But you need to be reflecting for a month.
You do need to be reflecting, but you don't need to be crying.
Well, let's not set time because
you don't need to be succumbing.
Time heals all wounds.
Yes. But like for different people, it's different time. That's what I'm saying.
For me, it's like a month is good.
I don't know how long it's.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know how long it was for me.
It
honestly.
depends.
Mine, like after that 8 months, I think I was like 5 months. I was like not okay. Well, like not like sobbing and like in my bed. Like the actual like first like hit was like a week. Like a week was like the strong like crying like oh my god.
Honestly,
but
I
like
think
5 months it was the subconscious. Like when I would try to go meet new people, like the subconscious in my brain for like 5 months was like it's just not him.
I think I blended mine together. Like I was still sad about it, but at the same time I was doing the things that I like to do.
Yeah.
I think I blended mine together and I kind of forgot that I was sad at a certain point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the beautiful thing about Heartbreak is that I think we can both agree on is that Heartbreak makes you so creative.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh. You get the best. I can't even tell you how many things I wrote.
Toxic.
Same here.
I mean, like, hello, I wrote a whole thing.
After I got my Heartbreak, I was like on my peak. I was like, man, like I'm doing this and this and this.
Like, sometimes I'll be like, let's just break up again so I can, like, I need some ideas in my head. Because, oh my gosh, like, I wrote, like, so many films and so many ideas. Like the amount of shit, like I literally like had a spiritual.
I was so productive, like I was writing.
I was writing and writing for days. I was like I'm gonna do this, and I set like so many productions, like so many things to like let myself out.
Same.
Imagine finding that in a person like. And you don't need to break up. They just make you feel that way.
Okay,
damn,
wow, okay.
Are you in that right now?
Mr. Knows. I mean, yeah, I still like the thing is like also the fact that I'm still with the person that hurt me last helps.
It's hindering you?
Yeah, like I think about the past and I'm able to write about it from that perspective because I'm still with the person that inflicted that, which is not good. But I mean, I do write about him in a loving way, and I do write about I do write in a loving way. I can write lovingly, but I'm just better at writing hurt.
And it be like that sometimes. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But it's easier.
It's just easier. It's so much easier to be hurt. It's so easy to let your hurt consume you than be overwhelmed with love if you're not used to being loved.
Yeah, it's easier to just sit in the dark than face the light, you know?
Yeah, it's just...
I don't know at what point this is good, but my thought process was like, oh, you'll see that I'm gonna do good.
Yes. That was also the thing.
You're gonna see like what you lost or
whatever. I wanted to just change my life completely. Like I wanted to be the reason I wanted to be creative because I'm like I want to show you how much you hurt me and how I was able to turn this shit you did to me into something so fucking amazing and beautiful. I want to show you like what you've made of me and all these things that you did to me. I made them into something beautiful and something I'm proud of and I'm happy to display more than our relationship.
And he comes right back.
Sorry.
He's like, wait, I see it.
He comes right back and takes it.
And he's like, remember all that thing you said? But no, the main thing is how to deal with heartbreak is make sure you can learn from it.
Yeah.
If you can grow as a person.
Because people are always talking about the hardships and everything, like, oh man, like I'm so sad, blah, blah, blah. But they never talk about like what they learned and how they feel after. And like,
thank you next. Like she really set the blueprint for that. You should always learn from your exes. Like that's so important. Because everyone talks about like, oh my gosh, fuck him. He was such a dick. He was so nasty. Well, he smelled bad.
I think it's kind of both. Like, fuck you, but at the same time, I learned a lot from you.
No, but I'm just saying we need to start breaking the stigma because Ariana already broke it a little bit. Like you need to stop being like fuck you. You treated me so bad.
That's
you didn't even. Yeah, that's so unnecessary. Just be like thank you for teaching. Thank you if you taught me how to love. Thank you for doing that. Like if I could say.
Unnecessary negativity.
Yeah, and if I could say something to him like from the past, I would have just been like, "Thank you for teaching me how to love. Thank you for making me feel loved at that period of time. You made me feel cared for, and and at one point you made me feel whole. And when you did break me, thank you for letting me realize I can put myself back together, and I can realize my own worth, and I can make something so awful into something so beautiful. I did that all myself. I can be my own person without you. Like, it's good to appreciate." For someone like you taught me how to live without you, because that's an important thing. You need to learn how to live without people.
Yes.
Hearing it. But is that all our notes?
Yeah.
We learned what we saw in a relationship. We learned about our relationships, and we learned how to move on from a relationship. So that's the important thing: is you live and you learn, and you can be thankful and you can move on.
And time heals all.
Time can be so important. No matter how much time, for some people it's one night of crying, and for some people it's 5 months. But we're all different. Anything you guys want to say? Anything you guys want to close on?
Yeah, like how you were talking about arguments and stuff. I don't think like when you're in an argument and somebody says something that's like triggering, you know, and they know they're trying to trigger you or whatever. Instead of reacting, you need to like respond. Does that make sense? Like when you react, you're driven by emotion and like your ego. And like
I feel that,
you know what I mean, and then they get the response that they want or what they were looking for, and that doesn't even apply to just relationships. That's like daily life.
That's just people.
You know, because people always try and get under your skin, and sometimes you just need to like find a way to get that out of your head and like relax.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like heartbreak can teach us how to grow thicker skin. Yeah, because you can learn like you can hurt me, but that's another thing I wanted to add. Like, I learned, like, you can hurt me, but I can hurt myself so much worse. Like, I can hurt my own feelings better than you can hurt me. And, that's, I guess that's the argument thing. It's
you have the power.
It's about learning your power and learning your worth. After a relationship, during arguments in a relationship, just know your worth.
Less.
What?
What
did you say?
You said worthless.
Shut up.
Yeah, but
I guess I'll say something just for myself and also for all the single people. I just want to say that
all my single people in the chat.
I just want to say, like, enjoy being alone and like focus on yourself and like know that someone will come eventually and like don't worry about that.
Don't seek.
And you're enough.
And then you can speak for all the people that have been ghosted.
Yeah, you're chilling, bro. It's really nothing, honestly. You'll be fine.
And for all my people in healthy, happy relationships, I hope you're happy and
what
hope
about the
you're doing
people
well.
who got cheated on?
Okay, guys.
The episode's suddenly ending. That's crazy.
Thanks, guys.
For all my people in relationships, I hope you're happy. If you got cheated on, it's fine. You'll learn
like
from
that.
it and you'll grow.
Yeah.
Write some poems.
Thanks for listening, guys. We hope to see you in the next one, alright?
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.